This news update is brought to you by...
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Get your sun power.
This is the Noon Barbados Day update for Thursday, May 15, 2014. I'm Kamar Jordan. Good afternoon. A solution appears in sight to the bitter dispute involving the National Conservation Commission, the National Union of Public Workers, and the Barbados Workers Union. Barbados Day understands the disputing parties could settle grievances over the contentious layoffs of 200 NCC workers by the end of this week. Our Emmanuel Joseph has been tracking the developments and he has a full update.
Just before joining his National Union of Public Workers colleagues in a meeting with NCC staff this morning at the NUPW headquarters, Assistant General Secretary of the Barbados Workers Union, Dwayne Paul, told Barbados Today this was based on the outcome of last evening's talks at the Labour Department under the chairmanship of the Acting Minister of Labour, Senator Maxine McLean. He said Minister McLean was able to extract from the parties the exact differences that separated the unions and the NCC board and management, adding that Senator McLean recognized there was a breach of the industry relations process in sending home the more than 200 NCC staff. The BWU Assistant General Secretary said the minister will report to Cabinet today on the results of last evening's negotiations and get back to the unions sometime this afternoon. He said the only way his union would take industrial action was if the industry relations process had been exhausted, and that, he declared, has not yet happened. From the NUPW headquarters, Emmanuel Joseph for Barbados Today.
Thanks, Emmanuel. Well, the police force has been making inroads in reducing crime on the island, now down by 24%. But Acting Police Commissioner Tyrone Griffith says not enough officers are on the beat. In fact, he describes the situation as untenable and is blaming the ongoing litigation in the law courts for the problem. According to Griffith, the promotion of some 150 officers between the rank of sergeant and deputy commissioner is on pause, and this has left the force hamstrung.
I've knocked on several doors in this regard to no avail. I ask myself if anyone understands the predicament that the body charged with the safety and security of the nation finds itself in.
Attorney General Adriel Bradford says while he would like to address the force's plight, his hands are tied. While staying clear of comments on the legal matters, Bradford says there's an urgent need for change in the police force.
The Office of the Attorney General is not the reason why this matter is before the courts of Barbados. And indeed, if I had the power, if it was within my hands, within my pen, it would not be before the courts of Barbados and it would be settled. I want to make that quite clear to you. I also want to say to you that I want my tenure to be reflected as follows. I want to be part of a force that partisan politics disappears, that cronyism disappears, that promotion based on friendships and family disappears, that in fact that we have promotions based on hard work, dedication, and a transparent process.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Get your sun power.
To To our Caribbean neighbors now, in Jamaica, a probe is on the way to determine the cause of a fire which broke out on a compound at the Sangster International Airport last night. The blaze, which started just before 9 p.m., gutted a building adjacent to the terminal building known as the crew area. Chief Commercial Officer at Sangster International, Elizabeth Scotton, says there were no injuries, thankfully, but 2 flights were delayed as a precaution. Scotton says normal operations have resumed at the airport, which is located in Jamaica's second city of Montego Bay. On the international scene, the captain and 3 other crew members of the South Korean ferry that sank last month have been charged with murder. The captain, Lee Jun-seok, along with the chief engineer and the first and second mates, could face the death penalty if convicted of charges. The remaining 11 crew members have also been indicted on charges of abandonment and violating a Safety Ship Act. The prosecutor said the captain and 3 crew members were charged with murder because they didn't use the ship's facilities at their disposal, including life rafts, life vests, and announcements to evacuate passengers. The ferry sank on April 16, killing 284 people and leaving 20 others still missing. Well, that's been our noon update. Be sure to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper, or like us on Facebook to get more news and sports. I'm Kamar Jordan. See you again at 6 and have a fantastic afternoon.
The Business Minute is brought to you by Signia Financial Group.
To my people out there working hard to expand your horizons, chasing a flawless dream. Keep your eyes on the prize and we don't look back. It's forward thinking, on to the new stuff. It's time to lay bricks on the foundation of your future.
Get set with Signia to be sure the world will be yours. Take you to exceptional, incredible new heights. And get set with Signia.
Signia, quality solutions for your financial needs.
This is the Barbados Today Business Minute for Thursday, May 15th, 2014. I'm Dawn Paris. The relationship between JetBlue and Barbados is here for the long haul. This commitment from the airline's general manager for Barbados, Terry Lane. He tells the Business Minute the U.S. carrier, which will be doubling its flights from June 19th to September 2nd, will continue to evaluate the Barbados market and capitalize on every available opportunity to spread its wings.
I can tell you for a fact it will be here for a long time. We have that commitment from the highest level in our company, and we look forward to serving the Barbadian public for a very, very, very long time.
Lane says the Barbados market continues to perform well despite ongoing economic challenges. He reports the airline brought a record number of passengers to the island for February and March, and he's looking forward to a bumper summer. JetBlue began flights to Barbados just over 2 years ago. Chief Executive Officer of the Barbados Private Sector Association, Anne Reid, is calling on small and medium-sized enterprises to form more partnerships in order to utilize more of the trade agreements and development programs for export. She says especially now when companies are grappling with scarce funding and increasing competition, there should be greater collaboration to tap into international markets. She tells the Business Minute that as the Barbados economy remains depressed, it's even more crucial for companies to boost their exports.
Exporting and the ability to export is a way of gaining foreign exchange, which is so vital at this particular point in time. We can't just depend on tourism and international business. We want to be able to build exports. And actually, the manufacturers will say to you that most of the economies that are rebounding are doing it through their manufacturing capacity. But we believe that the partnerships is really the way to go for the future, where we can use resources to be able to get the opportunity to grow and develop.
Reid tells the Business Minute that as the Barbados economy remains depressed, it's even more critical for companies to boost their exports. At a time when many businesses are leaving the capital Bridgetown, at least one company has chosen to do the opposite. Cargo BGI, a shipping company which has been operating for the past 5 years in Haggett Hall, has made Fontebelle its new home. Managing Director Sean Morris tells the Business Minute he's not worried about the move. In fact, he points out that although his previous location was convenient, they've made the change in response to new trends in the industry.
But now that we're seeing an increase in personal effects and people buying their own stuff, there are a lot more smaller people coming in. We now have to have a location to service them, a location where they can get to us, and then get to the port easily. So we even though there are a lot of companies moving away from Bridgetown, we thought it necessary to have a location here to service the customers.
And now for today's financial tip. Although buying items when they are on sale might help you keep some cash in your pocket, it's important that you do so carefully so as not to end up spending more in the long run in buying similar items. That's been the Barbados Today Business Minute for today. Join us again next Tuesday. Until then, you can get more business and news by logging on to www.barbadostoday.pb, subscribing to our e-paper and liking us on Facebook. I'm Don Paris.
The Business Minute is brought to you by Signia Financial Group.
To my people out there working hard to expand your horizons, chasing a flawless dream. Keep your eyes on the prize and we don't look back. It's forward thinking, on to the new stuff. It's time to lay bricks on the foundation of your future.
Get set with Signia to be sure the world will be yours. Take you to exceptional, incredible new heights. And get set with Signia.
Signia, quality solutions for your financial needs.